Hello, and welcome to Vallejo Symphony's first virtual concert, Harp for the Holidays, being filmed here at the beautiful Empress Theater in Vallejo, California. What a crazy world we've been living in this year. We at the Symphony have had to cancel our concerts and our upcoming season, but we are working on outdoor concerts for the summer of 2021. To learn more, or to make an end-of-year tax-deductible donation, please visit vallejosymphony.org. On behalf of our musical director, Marc Taddei, and the board of directors, we wish you all a happy, healthy, and safe holiday. And now it is my pleasure to introduce the incredible Anna Maria Mendieta.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Jim. And thank you to the Vallejo Symphony for having me. I'm so excited to be here, and thank you for joining us today. We're really excited about being able to present this beautiful program in this incredible theater that is just dripping with character and history, and we're really thrilled to be here. I wanted to share a little bit about the harp and some stories behind the music as well as we go. As you know, the harp is one of the oldest instruments that we have. Archaeologists believe that it was the sound of the hunter's bow that gave man the idea of adding more strings and creating an instrument. I'd like to take you back in time to the time of King Henry VIII. Harpists were known as minstrels, and they would travel with the harps strapped across their backs from village to village, telling the news of the day. This was a very favorite piece during that time. Now, as the harp graduated to becoming a larger instrument and really trying to compare itself to the other instruments, there were many inventions on the harp that allowed the harp to play in many keys. And one of those inventions was the invention of the pedal system. The pedals were invented by a German composer who allowed the harp to explore the instrument and wanted to be able to allow the harp to do what the other instruments were doing. So the harp is actually built with 7 pedals behind the harp, and this allows it to play in all keys. The pedals are connected to rods inside this column and control the discs above the strings. So every time I move a pedal, I'm changing the sound of the tone. Well, during Marie Antoinette's time, the harp, the brand new harp with the pedals, was a very novel instrument. So she had a special instrument built for her. And legend has it that this instrument, this special harp, was actually made of glass. Parts of it was made of glass so that she could entertain her guests with all the mechanical workings of the harp. I'd like to play for you a piece that's from that time period by Johann Dussek. And this is the Sonatina, which was a favorite of hers. Thank you very much. I'd like to go back to England now, to the 16th century. This carol is called the Coventry Carol because it was played in the land of Coventry. And this carol was composed for a special traveling play. It was a pageant, a Christmas pageant that displayed the story of the Nativity. With the Coventry Carol, it was sung by the mothers whose babies were actually about to be killed by Herod. So even though it's a very sad carol, it has a beautiful melody, a beautiful theme to it, and a very, very important message because they were dedicating their sacrifice to God at this time. So the Coventry Carol is a beautiful, lovely favorite of mine and of my family's. We go caroling all the time, every Christmas, and this is one of the carols that we love most of all. Thank you. Well, where would we be during Christmas without the Nutcracker? The Nutcracker is a favorite among many audiences, and I'd like to play for you a very special featured moment for the harp, leading into another very famous movement of the Nutcracker, and then with a little surprise inside. So I invite you to join me back with the ballet for the Nutcracker, the Waltz of the Flowers. Thank you very much. It's such a joy to be back here in the Empress Theater. I was here many years ago as a soloist, guest soloist with the Vallejo Symphony. And we had opened the season with a collection of pieces, Argentine tangos by Astor Piazzolla. And the arrangements were by Astor Piazzolla's musicians. And I am so excited to share with you that I've just released an album that's called Tango del Cielo, featuring all of those pieces from that concert. The album is with harp and orchestra, recorded at Skywalker Sound, and I'm so excited to share with you that it debuted at #2 on Billboard's classical crossover charts and has already won many international awards. The album is called Tango del Cielo, which means Tango of Heaven, featuring tango and flamenco with harp and orchestra, and I would love to share with you some of the pieces from that album. This first piece is Asturias by Isaac Albéniz. going to share another piece that's a very popular piece in Spain. It's called Tientos by Raúl La Parra. It was actually a piece composed for the chromatic harp. The chromatic harp was another invention that was hoping to allow the harp to play in many different keys. The harp itself was, the chromatic harp was invented in the 1500s. Now the harp itself didn't really last as long as they had hoped, but the music has lasted, and this is pretty incredible. This piece is called Tientos by Raúl La Parra. Tientos is also a very popular flamenco style as well. We're going to go back to the holiday music now. A favorite piece of many audience members is Cantique de Noël, which is O Holy Night. There's a wonderful story that accompanies O Holy Night, and it goes back to the Prussian War, where the Germans and the French were fighting each other, and on Christmas Eve, one very brave Frenchman jumped up and started to sing Cantique de Noël, O Holy Night. And when he began to sing, there was a sudden hush among the troops. And after he finished, there was silence for a long time, until a German man stood up and sang Silent Night. That evening, that Christmas Eve, both sides experienced peace. They even shared gifts amongst each other. And the very next day, they couldn't fight one another. It took them some time to get back to the war, and many of them actually couldn't fight each other and were dishonorably discharged. It was quite an amazing moment, that Christmas Eve, where the beauty of music and the beauty of Christmas brought peace. I'd like to share with you Cantique de Noël. I'd like to take you back to the time of World War II. A composer, John Jacob Niles, took it upon himself to research and search for the origins of folk songs. And so he explored the Appalachian Mountains and came across this lonely village. I want to take you to that evening. As he was exploring, and there in the distance, he heard a beautiful melody. And as he followed the voice, there he could see this little child sitting on a bench, singing this amazing melody. And after she was done, he asked her about the music, and she said it was passed from generation to generation. And as he continued on his exploration, he couldn't help but remember this music. It haunted him. The words were so profound and the melody so simple. Ladies and gentlemen, I wonder as I wander. I wonder as I wander out under the sky how Jesus, our Savior, had come forth to die for poor ornery people like you and I. I wonder as I wander out under the sky. When Mary birthed Jesus, 'twas in a cow stall with wise men and shepherds and angels and all of God's heavens, a starlight did fall, and the glory of the ages it then did recall. If Jesus had wanted for any wee thing, a star in the sky or a bird on the wing, for he surely could have had it, 'cause he was the king. thank you so much again for joining me and joining the Vallejo Symphony for this beautiful holiday gift presented to you. It's going to be re-aired on Christmas Day as well. I'd like to end the program with a Christmas favorite, Carol of the Bells. It's a Ukrainian carol, and originally it was composed to bring in the new year. And the legend has it that a bird would fly into the home of a family to tell about the prosperous year to come. Well, I'd like to send my best wishes to all of you for this coming year, and we wish you all love, joy, good health, and happiness. Ladies and gentlemen, Carol of the Bells.